Last Tuesday at 11:47 p.m., you almost didn't make it home. Not because of an accident, not because of traffic, but because something invisible and protective intervened in ways you'll never fully understand. That Uber driver who arrived exactly when you needed them most. The one who took an unusual route that avoided the construction you didn't know about. The one who somehow knew to wait an extra minute while you grabbed your phone charger, preventing you from walking into that dangerous situation around the corner. The one whose presence felt strangely comforting during your most vulnerable moment. According to Paramhansa Yogananda's profound understanding of divine protection and angelic intervention, the people who appear in your life during critical moments, especially those in service roles like drivers, cashiers, waiters, or strangers who offer help, are often spiritual beings temporarily incarnated to serve as your guardian angels during specific moments when you need protection, guidance, or comfort. These aren't random encounters with ordinary people doing their jobs. They're precisely orchestrated divine interventions where enlightened souls temporarily take human form to ensure your safety, deliver important messages, or redirect your path when you're moving toward danger or away from your destiny. Yogananda taught that guardian angels rarely appear with wings and halos. They appear as taxi drivers, store clerks, and helpful strangers who show up at exactly the right moment with exactly the right assistance. The universe deploys its protection through the most ordinary seeming people doing the most extraordinary service. Your guardian angels don't announce themselves because their mission is to help you while allowing you to maintain your free will and learn your own lessons. But once you know the signs, you'll start recognizing their presence everywhere. For those ready to discover how to identify when ordinary people are actually guardian angels serving your highest protection and guidance, gratefully acknowledge this divine assistance by typing "angel driver" in the comments below. Most people explain helpful strangers and timely assistance through coincidence, good luck, or simply living in a world where kind people exist. But Yogananda understood these encounters through the lens of divine orchestration and angelic intervention. He taught that the universe maintains a vast network of enlightened souls who incarnate specifically to serve as guardian angels for others during critical moments. These beings choose to take human form temporarily, often in service roles, to provide protection, guidance, and assistance when it's most needed. They appear ordinary because their mission is to help without interfering with your spiritual growth or free will. And this perspective completely transforms how we understand the helpful strangers in our lives. That driver who appeared when no other rides were available isn't just lucky timing, it's divine timing. The person who offered directions when you were lost isn't just being friendly, they're fulfilling an angelic mission. The stranger who helped you when you were in trouble isn't just a good Samaritan, they're a guardian angel in disguise. When you begin to recognize these encounters as divine interventions rather than random kindness, you start to see evidence of how carefully protected and guided you actually are. You realize that you're never truly alone, never truly without help, and never truly unprotected, even in your most vulnerable moments. What encounters with helpful strangers have felt mysteriously timely or significant in your life? Share your recognition with a divine timing emoji in the comments. I'm about to reveal something that will fundamentally change how you perceive every helpful stranger and service person you encounter. In the next several minutes, I'll share Yogananda's 3 guardian angel protection signs, unmistakable indicators that reveal when ordinary people are actually enlightened souls, serving as your temporary protectors and guides. These aren't just interesting observations. They're practical tools for recognizing divine assistance in your daily life and understanding how much more supported you are than you ever realized. To receive these awareness-expanding insights with complete openness and begin recognizing your guardian angels in human form, I invite you to release any skepticism about divine protection and trust that the universe is constantly working to keep you safe and guided. Confirm your readiness to see your protectors by typing Guardian Recognition now. Think about the most recent time a stranger helped you in a way that felt perfectly timed or unusually significant, perhaps when you were lost, scared, or in genuine need. Yogananda's first guardian angel protection sign is perfect timing intervention. Guardian angels in human form always appear at precisely the moment when you need them most, often in ways that seem too perfectly orchestrated to be coincidental. Perhaps your ride arrived exactly when you were starting to feel unsafe waiting alone, or your driver showed up just as you were about to make a decision that would have led you into danger. Maybe the helpful stranger appeared right when you were feeling most lost, confused, or vulnerable, offering exactly the assistance you needed without you having to ask. Or possibly the service person provided help that prevented an accident, avoided a problem, or redirected you towards something better than what you originally planned. This perfect timing occurs because guardian angels operate outside normal time constraints. They can see the potential outcomes of your choices and position themselves to intervene when necessary. Their assistance isn't random kindness. It's precisely calculated divine protection. They appear when you need them because they were sent when you need them. The universe doesn't operate on coincidence when it comes to your safety and guidance. When someone appears at exactly the right moment with exactly the right help, you're experiencing angelic intervention disguised as human kindness. Have you noticed that your most helpful stranger encounters tend to happen during your most vulnerable or uncertain moments? The second unmistakable protection sign Yogananda identified is unusual knowledge or insight. Guardian angels in human form often possess information, wisdom, or insights that seem beyond what their role or appearance would suggest, because they're accessing divine guidance to serve your highest good. Perhaps your driver knew about road conditions, events, or situations that helped you avoid problems you weren't aware of. Maybe a stranger offered advice or perspective that was exactly what you needed to hear, even though they couldn't have known your situation or struggles. Or possibly a service person shared information that led you to opportunities, connections, or solutions that significantly improved your circumstances. This unusual knowledge occurs because guardian angels have access to divine intelligence that transcends normal human awareness. They can see the bigger picture of your life path and provide guidance that serves your highest evolution and protection. Sometimes they share practical information that keeps you safe. Sometimes they offer wisdom that helps you grow. Sometimes they provide insights that redirect you toward your true purpose. When someone you've just met offers knowledge or guidance that feels divinely inspired or perfectly relevant to your situation, you're receiving angelic assistance through human form. Their words carry more weight than normal conversation because they're channeling divine wisdom specifically for your benefit. Can you recall times when strangers have shared information or insights that felt surprisingly relevant or helpful to your situation? Acknowledge this divine guidance by sharing angel wisdom in the comments. The third and most profound protection sign is energetic comfort and peace. Guardian angels in human form carry a distinctive energy that makes you feel unusually safe, calm, or comforted in their presence, even when you're in stressful or uncertain situations. Perhaps you've noticed that certain drivers, service people, or helpful strangers have a presence that immediately puts you at ease, making you feel protected and cared for in ways that seem disproportionate to your brief interaction. Maybe you've experienced moments where a stranger's energy felt so peaceful and reassuring that your anxiety or fear completely dissolved while you were with them. Or possibly you've encountered people whose presence felt almost parental or protective, as if they were genuinely concerned about your well-being beyond what their role required. This energetic comfort occurs because guardian angels naturally radiate divine love and protection. It's their essential nature, not something they have to try to project. Being in their presence connects you temporarily to the divine realm they represent, which is why you feel so peaceful and safe around them. They carry the energy of unconditional love, divine protection, and spiritual peace that your soul recognizes even when your mind doesn't understand why you feel so comforted. When someone you've just met makes you feel unusually safe, peaceful, or cared for, you're experiencing the energetic signature of angelic presence. Their energy serves as a reminder that you are loved, protected, and guided by forces beyond the physical realm. Which of these three guardian angel protection signs resonates most strongly with your experiences of helpful strangers? Can you identify specific encounters that exhibited multiple or all of these angelic characteristics? Share your recognition in the comments below. Now let's explore how to consciously recognize and appreciate your guardian angels in human form. Yogananda taught specific practices to increase your awareness of divine protection and strengthen your connection to angelic assistance. The first technique is the gratitude recognition practice. Whenever you receive help from strangers, service people, or anyone who appears at perfect timing, consciously acknowledge the possibility that you've just encountered a guardian angel. Silently communicate, "Thank you for this divine assistance. If you are my guardian angel, I recognize and appreciate your service to my highest good." This practice increases your sensitivity to angelic presence and often leads to more frequent recognition of divine protection in your daily life. The second method is the protection awareness meditation. Regularly spend time in quiet reflection, appreciating all the ways you've been protected, guided, and assisted by helpful strangers throughout your life. Ask for increased awareness. Help me recognize my guardian angels when they appear. Open my eyes to see the divine protection that surrounds me daily. This practice enhances your ability to perceive angelic intervention and deepens your trust in divine care. The third and most powerful practice Yogananda recommended is the angel service reciprocation. When you recognize that you've been helped by a guardian angel in human form, commit to serving as someone else's guardian angel when the opportunity arises. Look for chances to offer perfectly timed assistance, share helpful knowledge, or provide energetic comfort to others who need support. This practice creates a beautiful cycle of angelic service, where you both receive and provide divine assistance, becoming part of the universe's protection network for others. These practices will help you recognize the constant divine protection in your life and participate consciously in the network of angelic assistance that surrounds all of us. To ensure you can access these angel recognition techniques whenever you want to increase your awareness of divine protection, preserve the Guardian Angel Awareness Guide from this enlightening exploration. Let me share a remarkable story that perfectly demonstrates guardian angel protection in action. Yogananda worked with a student named Maria, who was traveling alone late at night when her car broke down in an unfamiliar area with no cell phone service. As she stood by her car feeling frightened and vulnerable, a taxi appeared seemingly out of nowhere, even though she was on a rarely traveled road. The driver, an elderly man with kind eyes, offered to help without being asked. He not only gave her a ride to safety, but also knew exactly where to find a 24-hour mechanic who could fix her specific car problem. During the ride, he shared wisdom about trusting divine protection that felt perfectly relevant to fears she had been struggling with but had never discussed with anyone. Most remarkably, when Maria tried to pay him, he refused money and simply said, "Pass it forward when someone else needs help." When Maria returned the next day to thank him and get his contact information, the taxi company had no record of any driver matching his description working that night. Yogananda listened to Maria's story with knowing wisdom and explained, You were never in real danger because your guardian angel was already positioned to help you before your car even broke down. The universe saw your need and deployed divine protection in the form that would serve you best. A kind stranger whose presence would comfort you and whose assistance would solve your problem while teaching you to trust divine care. He helped Maria understand that this experience was meant to deepen her faith in divine protection and show her how carefully watched over she truly is. Years later, Maria became known for her own acts of perfectly timed kindness to strangers, often appearing at just the right moment to help people in need. She reflected, "Master, once I learned to recognize my guardian angels, I realized they're everywhere, and I learned that I can be one for others too." If this story opens new awareness about your own encounters with mysteriously helpful strangers, or if you're curious about other examples of guardian angel protection, share your recognition by typing "divine protection" in the comments. Here's Yogananda's most beautiful truth about guardian angels in human form. They're not separate from you. They're expressions of the same divine love that exists within your own soul. When you recognize and appreciate angelic assistance, you're not just acknowledging external help, you're awakening to your own capacity to serve as divine protection for others. The universe operates through a vast network of souls who take turns serving as guardian angels for each other, creating a web of protection and care that ensures no one is ever truly alone or unprotected. Your guardian angels appear when you need them because other souls are serving as guardian angels when others need them, including you. This understanding transforms every helpful stranger from a random act of kindness into a sacred exchange of divine service. You begin to see that every time you offer assistance, comfort, or guidance to someone in need, you're fulfilling your own angelic mission in their life. Yogananda taught that the soul who recognizes guardian angels everywhere becomes a guardian angel everywhere. Such a soul understands that divine protection flows through human hearts willing to serve, and that the greatest way to ensure your own protection is to provide protection for others. When you live with awareness of guardian angels, you not only receive more divine assistance, but become a more conscious channel for providing divine assistance to others. This understanding of guardian angels naturally leads us to explore an even more mysterious aspect of divine guidance and protection. Sometimes the universe doesn't just send helpful strangers, it orchestrates entire sequences of events that seem impossible, but serve your highest good in ways you could never have planned. The impossible thing that saved your life, when the universe breaks its own rules for you, Yogananda's miracle science, will reveal how divine love sometimes intervenes so powerfully in your life that it temporarily suspends natural laws to ensure your protection, healing, or spiritual growth. This exploration will show you how to recognize when you've experienced genuine miracles and understand the spiritual significance of impossible events in your life. To prepare your consciousness for these profound revelations about divine intervention and miracle manifestation, attune yourself to the miracle consciousness frequency and activate the divine intervention awareness through your openness to experiencing the impossible as evidence of infinite love.